Now, thousands of people are out protesting in Myanmar again. This is the 8th straight day of anti-coup demonstrations. We've seen increased violence in the last few days, police firing rubber bullets and also some live ammunition. Reuters reporting several protesters wounded by gunshots on Friday, and one woman who was shot in the head on Tuesday is still in hospital. Will Ripley is following all of this for us from Hong Kong. So a week on since the protest kicked off, what do you know about what's been happening today, Will?
Well, today is expected to be a very busy day, Michael, because it is a national holiday in Myanmar. It's the birthday of Aung San, the military leader who is the father of the civilian leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, who has been under military detention, believed to be house arrest, since this coup. And the protests, as you mentioned, kicked off in force about a week ago. We are seeing hundreds of thousands of people out across the country, but not necessarily assembled in one large group, because that would make them more vulnerable to the police and military who are trying to get everybody to obey, to be quiet, to go back inside. They've instituted a nationwide curfew, but people are going out in defiance, and they're organizing in groups, student groups, civic groups, trade unions, going out, literally sometimes hundreds of these groups with 1,000 or 2,000 people across the country right now, Michael, letting the military and the government know that they are angry, that their election back in November, where Aung San Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy won an overwhelming majority and the military proxy party suffered a humiliating defeat, the military then alleging election fraud, unfounded claims, according to election watchers in and outside of Myanmar. Well, now these protesters say they will not stop and they'll continue to send that message. But that young woman, 19 or 20 years old, Mia Toy Toy Kine, has become a real figurehead for this movement, Michael. You see her face on a lot of the posters as protesters are out. She is, at this moment, clinging to life. There are reports that she's on life support with very little chance of recovery, so she's really become a symbol of people, young people and old people across Myanmar standing up, condemning this military coup.
I wanted to ask you too, you mentioned Aung San Suu Kyi. I mean, what do we know about the status of her, where she's at, how she's being treated? And as you mentioned, there's still a great deal of support for her on the street.
Absolutely. It's hard to show in pictures how overwhelmingly popular Aung San Suu Kyi is for the people in Myanmar, even though there has been widespread international criticism of her going to the United Nations and defending the military that now holds her prisoner against charges of genocide towards the Uyghur Muslims. That position inside Myanmar, where the overwhelming Buddhist population is against the Uyghurs, that has actually made her perhaps even more popular than ever before. Her country won a massive landslide in November, and so she is truly the main symbol, the main reason why these people are going out in the streets, particularly today, the birthday of her father, Aung San, because she to them is a symbol of somebody who's fighting for the people of Myanmar against a military that for 50 years brutally cracked down on political dissent, didn't allow people to do what they are now doing in defiance of the military anyway. And we expect, Michael, the crowds to grow and the calls for Aung San Suu Kyi to be released in the coming hours as day turns to night and people go out once again in defiance of that 8 p.m. curfew.
All right, we'll appreciate you covering this for us there from Hong Kong, Will Ripley. Bye.